America spends $942 per person on Christmas. Malaysia spends $180. Yet 78% of Malaysians say they're happier during the holidays than only 52% of Americans. A Muslim-majority country is teaching the most Christian nation on earth how to celebrate Christmas. And it's not even close. But wait. Before we begin, please subscribe to ensure that you never miss out on any of my essential stuff. Comment, "I subscribe," below, and I will personally welcome you to our community. With that said, let's get started. If Christmas leaves you feeling more broke, stressed, and lonely than joyful, what happens in Malaysia will make you question everything you thought you knew about the holidays. Let's break down the 7 ways Malaysia does Christmas better, and why it matters more than you think. Here's a stat that should terrify you. 64% of Americans don't even know their neighbors' names. According to Pew Research in 2023, almost 2/3 of us live next to strangers. In Malaysia, 89% of people know at least 5 neighbors personally. Let me tell you about Margaret. She's 68, lives in Illinois, retired elementary school teacher. Spent Christmas 2023 completely alone, watching Hallmark movies on repeat. Her kids texted "Merry Christmas" at 11 p.m., generic message, probably copy-pasted to the family group chat. She cried herself to sleep. She told her therapist something that broke my heart: "I have everything, a nice house, savings, health insurance. But I'm completely invisible." If you've ever felt that hollow feeling, surrounded by decorations but not people, this isn't just sadness. This is warning sign number 1. We've confused buying things for people with actually being with people. And here's the science to back this up. Harvard's Adult Development Study tracked 724 people for 75 years, one of the longest studies on happiness ever conducted. Their finding? Close relationships, not money, not fame, not success, keep people happy throughout their lives. But in Kuala Lumpur, a 72-year-old Muslim woman just solved Margaret's problem in a way that would blow your mind. And she did it by breaking America's #1 Christmas rule. In Malaysia, there's a tradition called open house. And it means exactly what it sounds like. Your door stays open. Literally. Neighbors walk in. Co-workers stop by. Friends of friends show up. No formal invitation. No RSVP. No gifts required. Meet Fatima. She's 72 years old, a retired schoolteacher in Penang. She's Muslim, and every single year, she hosts a Christmas open house. Last year, 47 people came through her home. She knew maybe 20 of them. "We ran out of curry puffs by 2 p.m., she told me, laughing. Someone's grandmother I'd never met went home and brought back more. That's Christmas. Now contrast that with America. Doorbell camera notifications. Scheduled visits weeks in advance. Anxiety about bringing the right gift. Performance anxiety about whether your house looks good enough, whether the food is impressive enough. We've turned hospitality into a stress test. Stanford's Social Connection Lab released findings in 2023 that should change everything. Spontaneous social encounters increase oxytocin, the bonding hormone, by 41% more than planned interactions. Read that again. Your doorbell camera, your scheduled playdates, your "let me check my calendar and get back to you." All of it is killing your happiness. Imagine this. You smell rendang curry from 3 houses down. Children you've never met are playing in your yard. Adults are laughing in your kitchen. Nobody's checking their phone because nobody scheduled this. It's just happening. When's the last time you felt that kind of spontaneous belonging? But this tradition works because of something Americans actively avoid. Malaysia is 61% Muslim. Christians make up just 9% of the population. Yet Christmas is a national public holiday. For everyone. Let me introduce you to Raj. He's 69 years old, Hindu, retired from the postal service. Every single year, he decorates his house for Christmas, Hari Raya, Deepavali, and Chinese New Year. 4 different religions. 1 front yard. My Muslim neighbor helps me string up the Christmas lights, Raj told me. I bring him biryani during Ramadan. My Christian neighbor? She taught my grandkids to sing Christmas carols even though we don't go to church. We don't share religion, we share life. Meanwhile, in America, we've turned Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas into a full-blown culture war. In Malaysia, saying both is just normal. Oxford University's social cohesion research from 2022 found something remarkable. Societies where people actively celebrate each other's holidays, not just tolerate them, but participate, show a 43% reduction in intergroup conflict. Stop for a second and ask yourself, when's the last time you celebrated something that wasn't your holiday? What if inclusion wasn't political correctness? What if it was just kindness? Picture this, a Sikh grandfather singing Silent Night in broken English at his Christian neighbor's home. Both laughing, both crying, both belonging. That's not diversity training. That's just being human. But here's where Malaysia does something that would get you cancelled in America. Here's the shift that changes everything. Malaysians spend 3 times more on Christmas meals than gifts. Americans spend 5 times more on gifts than meals. Malaysian happiness rating during Christmas, 78%. American happiness rating, 52%. Let me tell you about Dorothy. She's 71, lives in Texas, grandmother to 5. In 2023, she spent $3,400 on Christmas gifts. She wanted everything to be perfect. She wanted her grandkids to remember Christmas at Grandma's house. You know how long they played with those gifts? 11 minutes on average. Then back to iPads. I wanted them to remember Christmas with me, Dorothy told me, her voice cracking. They don't even remember what I bought them. But they remember I was stressed the whole time. Now meet Amina. She's 70 years old, lives in Malaysia. Last Christmas, she made 8 dishes from scratch. Invited 23 people. Spent $140 total. My grandson still talks about the laksa we made together, she said. He was stirring the pot, asking me questions, getting coconut milk everywhere. He doesn't remember toys. He remembers stirring that pot with me. Cornell University's memory study from 2023 proves this. Experiential memories last 4.2 times longer than material purchases. Children remember shared meals 67% better than gifts received. You're spending money to create memories that no one's keeping. Here's your alternative action. Cook 1 dish this year. Invite people. That's it. No gifts. Just presents. Watch what your grandkids remember in 10 years. And that shift, from stuff to presents, solves America's hidden Christmas killer. The average American Christmas debt in 2024 is $1,549. It takes 5.3 months to pay off, according to Bankrate. And here's the devastating part. 43% of Americans are still paying off last Christmas when this Christmas arrives. Meet Robert. He's 67, lives in Florida, retired on a fixed income. In 2022, he spent $2,100 on Christmas using credit cards. He was still paying it off in August 2023. I felt like a failure if I didn't buy big gifts, Robert said. Now I feel like a failure because I can't afford my blood pressure medications. I chose debt over health to impress people who don't even remember what I bought. That hits different, doesn't it? Now meet Kumar. He's 68, lives in Malaysia, also retired on a fixed pension. I spent maybe $120 on ingredients, Kumar told me. My wife and I cooked everything from scratch. Took us 3 days. Our children each brought 1 dish. We spent nothing on gifts. Just time. At the end of January, my bank account looked the same. My heart felt fuller. Yale's Happiness Economics Lab found in 2022 that financial stress reduces life satisfaction by 34%. Meanwhile, people who spend more on experiences than material goods report 2.3 times higher well-being. That pit in your stomach when the credit card bill arrives in January? That's not buyer's remorse. That's your body telling you you've been scammed. You don't need more money. You need permission to stop performing. Try this: $50 limit per person. Or no gifts at all, just presents. Watch your stress vanish. But the deepest difference isn't about money. It's about something Americans have completely forgotten. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Americans built big houses and small communities. Malaysians built small houses and big communities. Helen is 70 years old. She moved from California to Malaysia in 2019. She's a widow. Her kids live in different states. In California, Helen told me, I had a 4-bedroom house. I saw my neighbors exactly twice a year, at Christmas and when someone's car alarm went off at 3 a.m. Here in Malaysia, I have a 2-bedroom apartment and someone knocks on my door every single day. Then she said something that stopped me cold. I'm healthier here. My blood pressure dropped 20 points. I stopped taking antidepressants. My doctor in the US tried 5 different medications. Moving here and having daily conversations? That's what actually worked. The World Health Organization's 2023 Global Health Report found that social isolation increases mortality risk by 29%. It's as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. We're not just lonely. We're dying from it. The University of Michigan's longevity study from 2023 found that seniors with daily social contact live 4.6 years longer on average than isolated seniors. 4.5 years. Let me ask you some questions, and answer honestly. Do you know your neighbors? When did you last have an unplanned conversation with someone? Do you eat most meals alone? If you got hurt in your home today, how long before someone would notice? Those aren't comfortable questions, but they're essential ones. We're not just lonely, we're dying from it. But connection is still free. Remember Margaret from Illinois? After researching Malaysian culture, she did something terrifying. She knocked on her neighbor's door, just to say hi. They talked for 40 minutes. About nothing important. Just talked. She cried when she told me this story. I forgot what it felt like to be seen, she said. So here's what every American needs to hear about Malaysia's final secret. In Malaysia, a Muslim family will help their Christian neighbor hang Christmas lights. A Buddhist shop owner plays Christmas music all December. A Hindu grandfather wears a Santa hat to his grandson's school pageant. And nobody questions anyone's faith. Meet Zainab. She's 73 years old, a Muslim grandmother who bakes Christmas cookies every single year for her entire street. Someone once asked her, "Why do you celebrate Christmas if you don't believe in Jesus?" Her response floored me. I'm not celebrating Jesus. I'm celebrating my neighbors. Isn't that what your Jesus taught anyway? America turned religion into the wall. Malaysia uses holidays to tear walls down. Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center found in 2023 that acts of inclusion across religious lines increase community trust by 52% and reduce prejudice by 38%. What if the culture war is completely optional? Here's the question you need to ask yourself. What are you really afraid of? That celebrating someone else's joy will somehow erase yours? Imagine this, lighting Hanukkah candles with your Jewish neighbor, singing Christmas carols with your Christian friend, breaking fast during Ramadan with your Muslim coworker, not converting, not compromising your beliefs, just connecting. Would your life be worse? Or would it finally feel whole? So this Christmas, you have a choice. You can spend $942 on stuff people will forget by New Year's, or you can knock on one door and start one conversation. Margaret texted me last week. She's hosting her first open house this Christmas. 4 neighbors already said yes. One's bringing tamales. One's Muslim and bringing samosas. Margaret's making her mom's green bean casserole. Total cost, $40. Expected happiness, immeasurable. Here's what I need you to do. Comment right now. What's one thing you're doing differently this Christmas because of what you learned today? And if you're thinking, this won't work in my neighborhood, that's exactly what Margaret said. Malaysia isn't special. Their houses aren't bigger. Their people aren't richer. They just chose differently. What will you choose?